Welcome traders, today we're going to talk about a powerful pivot point trading strategy, a technical indicator that has been used for decades by traders around the globe. So what are pivot points? Pivot points are a popular technical indicator to identify support and resistance. They are calculated by taking the high, low and the closing prices and plotting them on the chart. By doing this, traders can then identify key levels of sensitivity that are likely to be more significant in the market's future price action. When it comes to using pivot points in your trading, there are several different strategies you can actually use. One popular pivot point trading strategy is to look for price to test a key level and then simply enter the trade in the direction of the bounce. Another strategy that is often used in pivot trading is to look for a break of a key level, such as a pivot point, and then enter the trade in the direction of a breakout. This can be a very powerful way to catch trends early before they are fully developed, which means you can make a ton of money. Pivot points are also commonly used in conjunction with other technical indicators to confirm the trade. For example, you as a trader could be using a pivot points indicator in conjunction with stochastic oscillator to confirm the trade bias. In addition to all these strategies, pivot points can be an extremely useful tool when determining your stop loss levels. By identifying key levels of pivot points or support and resistance, you as a trader can then set stop losses that are less likely to be hit by normal market volatility, which is great. It's important to remember that, like any indicator, pivot points are not perfect. They should be used in conjunction with other forms of analysis, such as price action, direction of a trend, and chart patterns. This will help you gain a more accurate and robust insights in the forex markets. With all this being said, I'm gonna show you the pivot point trading strategy that I actually use, and I personally think it's the best way to do it. Okay, so the first thing you want to identify is the trend. We're currently on the daily time frame for Euro USD, and we can see that the trend has been dipping down. However, we can also spot a trend line break. Where is it? Well, if we just have a look, this area zone seems to be broken, at least in my eyes. So if we go on the 4-hour time frame, we can see this pattern. We can see that daily line that was trending towards the downside and already is broken. Now the 4-hour time frame is where you want to consider entering your trade, especially if you're a swing trader like myself. So this is where you want to be adding your pivot points indicator. So go inside the indicators tab on TradingView, and under technicals you will find pivot points high and low. Click on it one time. Now, as you can see, immediately we have a lot of numbers appear on our charts, and these numbers are areas of support and resistance. Now, you could just use the horizontal line tool like this, double click on it and just type in the number you see. So 100937 is the top area of resistance, and as you can see, the candlesticks for this pair have reacted to this level, which gives you a strong area of resistance. Now we also can do the same thing for the bottom. As you can see, somewhere over here seems pretty good. Just copy the number, so I double click on it. 97301 seems reasonable, and as you can see, most of the time the market has reacted towards this level as well. You could say even over here. However, I feel like this is what I used to do. Now I just draw rectangle tools, and I really like them because it's much more simplified. As you can see, like this. There we go. Boom, bow. Here you have it. A nice little kind of consolidation over here near the trend was broken to the top. Goes back down to the previous area of sensitivity, which is the trend line on the daily time frame, and the 4-hour support over here, going back up. Makes sense, right? It kind of covers all the aspects straight away, and you don't have to worry about the precise pivot point level. You can just have the rough estimate, which is much more accurate. I'm telling you from experience. So since we identified the trend on the daily, we still can do that on the 4-hour time frame. So let's just do that. There we go, a nice little trend towards the upside, and we can see that every single time the market touched one of these area zones, we could even say that this wick counts as well. It went towards the upside, right? So now that we have all this information, what can we do? How can we enter using the pivot points? Well, we know that the current market direction is towards the upside. We are having a pullback at the moment from the area of resistance, but that's totally okay. We want to wait for a breakout, exhaustion, and entry scenario. So let's see if that happens. And let's see a nice little breakout straight away towards the upside. Now, this is my entry candlestick 100%. What we would do is long this position just over here. We can put our stop loss to around half. So I would say 80 pips is good enough. 160, take profit. You could even have a little bit more, to be honest. But this is a good little trade, and we can even see a nice little trend over here as well. So the idea is this: if the market pushed towards the upside, it's gonna have a push exhaustion cycle. So if the exhaustion does happen, where is it gonna be bouncing off? The previous pivot point, 100937. So this area zone over here was previously respected 2 times. The candlesticks have now broken the resistance, and when resistance breaks, it becomes support. So I expect a nice little support of this area zone once again, and a nice little trade towards the upside to potentially reach 160 take profit level. So if we continue with this trade, let's see, went towards the upside nicely. Usually it plays about a little bit more. To be honest, I even expected a pullback after a huge push. There's definitely an exhaustion before a continuation of push towards the upside. In this case, likely there was some fundamental news, and that's why it pushed the market towards the upside a little bit quicker without no exhaustion. It does happen, but usually it trickles away a little bit slower. Now with pivot points, I really like using the moving averages as well, so I cannot just not give you the information, right? I have to mention them. If you have 20 and 50 moving averages, these are simple moving averages. Open, as you can see, you would be covering the 20 moving average, which is acting as a moving support line. And if you just try them out now, try them out on your charts right now and see if I'm lying. It's a moving support or resistance area, and most of the time market reacts heavily on those lines. So use them as much as you like, and trust me, it will help you become a more profitable trader. I can guarantee it. So look at this. Even if the market decided to drop back down towards this pivot line over here, we also have a double protection, let's say, because the 20 moving average is over here. The 20 moving average plus the previous resistance that became support is there. It's a huge sign for success. And this is why this trading setup with pivot points is very, very powerful. It becomes even more powerful when your stop loss actually covers the 50 moving average. So this blue line over here, if it just trickles away towards the upside, it becomes absolutely unstoppable, because if it breaks the 20, it likely won't break the 50 because it bounces in between the 2 lines most of the time. So trust me, try this out. I know it works. You tell me your own trading indicator, what you like, in the comment section down below. I love to learn some new indicators that I haven't heard of maybe, and maybe they're pretty good. I also want to mention, if you go inside indicator section once again and type in pivot points, but use pivot point standard, you're gonna have these lines over here, and there's a lot of lines and it might be confusing, but basically R1, R2, R3 means resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3, and support, same thing, right? Support 1, 2, 3. So you could potentially see these levels and kind of aim for, you know, take profit 1, 2, 3 that way. But personally, I found it quite confusing, but I know some people that use it like this and they're pretty damn good traders. So maybe check it out, see how it works for you as a trader. To me, not great. To others, it seems to be working. Make sure to join our Trading Mode Discord server. We are absolutely smashing the markets. Well, not this week, actually a horrible week this week, but most of the time we are absolutely smashing the markets. And if you're looking for another video in my channel, make sure to watch this one because it bangs. All right, see you later, Lions. Take care and goodbye.